All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the weekly Wednesday night live chat. I'm trying to get better like I used to at like a concrete time. It's just there's always so much to do, and there's content to do, and there's stuff to do outside of YouTube, and I'm always kind of playing with the time. But I'm going to try to start being more consistent about a start time for the weekly live chat, and I'm thinking 10 p.m. Eastern. So starting next week, and it's sometimes going to change. It's sometimes going to be a little bit earlier, sometimes a little bit later. But I'm going to try to be more consistent with an actual time, and I'm going to aim for 10 p.m. Eastern time. So just to let you guys know, whether you're watching this replay, you're watching it live right now, I'm going to aim for that very, very, very soon. It's just like I end up streaming like every other day basically at this point, and it's like I'm like, oh, I got to do this, got to do that. And then I want to make a video, and then I release a video. And I could have streamed at 10 tonight, but that was the time I released the video. I didn't want to stream or over top the video release. So then it's like, there's a million moving parts essentially. So apologies for the scheduled time and then being a little bit late for that in general. But anyway, that's what I'm going to try in the future. So we'll see how that actually goes. And I used to do 6, but then it was like, especially in the summertime, it's too early when there's, it's still light outside till 8 and there's so much shit you can do. But anyway, what's going on, guys? We'll talk about UFC 300. We can talk about Dana White being a massive hypocrite. I just released a video on that talking about Dana White and his, what's the word I'm looking for? His vehement belief in freedom of speech in the UFC. So I hope you guys enjoyed it if you watched it already, but if you have not watched it, it's a straight up banger that I released. It's something I've been wanting to do. It's weird. My view count just went down somehow. I don't know how that works. But it's a video I've been wanting to do for a couple weeks now, and I figured, with the downtime, I would make it today. So it was very, very easy to do, and I said, you know what, I'll make it. What's up, Slide Tendencies? Thank you for becoming a member again. I know you've been a member for a while, but thank you for signing up. Back from the dead, I guess so. What's up, Joey? Let's get it. What's going on, Patty? I'm a Joey Shill. What's up? Peyton Talbot, future 10-second clapper. Yes. Saman by whatever he wants. Yeah, I don't know how anyone's confident in Peyton Talbot at this point. I don't know. I don't get it. So, anyway, it is what it is. Who thinks Joey's wrong about the UFC 300 main event? I think it's Adesanya Du Plessis, and I've been backing that for like 2 weeks now. What's up, Joey? How's the night going? It's going good. Just in time, Joey. What's up? Got my turkey sub with me. Okay, you're hanging out with a turkey sub. What do you hope the main event is? I mean, that's a loaded question because if I can be as unrealistic as possible, the main event I want is John Jones, Francis Ngannou, but that's not even close to being possible. So if it's not that, what is the best fight the UFC can put together right now? Again, it's like a lot of the fights aren't possible. I'd love to see Islam versus Arman too. I'd love to see, I don't know. I'd love to see Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. That's not huge. I think it'll be Dricus versus Adesanya, and I think it's a damn good main event. I wouldn't mind Dricus versus Hamzat either, just because there's no clear-cut number one contender. What's up, fellas? And Joey's 2% female demographic. Yeah, what's up, ladies, as well. I always say, hey, what's up, guys? Hey, what's up, ladies, as well. It's all good. Gave me enough time to watch the vid. I'm happy that I gave you enough time to watch the vid. Yeah, I know most people aren't, that, pressed about the time, but I want to try to be a little bit more consistent. Hi, Mixed Martial Arts. Joseph, what's up? Joe, do you have a Wawa within 2 miles of you? I do not. Early prediction, Volk versus Topuria. I've been flipping and flopping. I'm going Volk right now. Is there actually a UFC 300 announcement tonight? It's possible. It's supposed to happen this week. It's Wednesday. It'll probably happen tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Could happen tonight. It's only 11 Eastern right now. So that's 10, 9, 8. It's only 8 Las Vegas time. Kevin Lee's back. He said on Twitter, yeah, I don't give a rat's fucking ass about Kevin Lee. Talbot went life and death with Nick Aguirre, and people think he'll beat Simon. I know. That's crazy. Islam versus Shavkat is the best fight to make right now in MMA. Dude, I don't know. There's so many great fights you can make that even don't make a whole lot of sense. Like, I would love Hamzat versus Shavkat at whatever weight class they desire. So, Josh versus Bryce 2, unfinished business. Yeah. That decides if the earth is flat or not. I think that decides if the earth is flat. I have a strong suspicion it's DDP versus Izzy, then DDP is going to pull out, which leads to Strickland or Hamzat stepping in for interim middleweight title. I doubt that happens. Bro, do you believe rumors of UFC announcing new weight class? No. No. Mick Parkin can beat Usman. He could. I think it's a 50-50. 50-50 matchup. It's a 50-50 matchup, my friend. What's up, Joey? What's the big UFC scoop you got for 300? I still think it's Adesanya Du Plessis. I'm pretty confident in that. If it's not Adesanya Du Plessis, I think it's... I don't know, man. I've been going back and forth. Bro, where are these new weight class rumors coming from? Twitter. Fucking the clowns over on Twitter. The clowns over... Let me check Twitter real quick. I bet you I've been getting a lot of backlash on Twitter recently. Which I always enjoy. Yeah, I put out a couple bangers just to piss people off today, as you guys always know I love to do. People are like, oh, you're just looking for engagement. Like, I don't give a fuck if I get engagement on Twitter or not. I just like to piss people off on Twitter. It's fun. Like, you don't know how many people are genuinely so angry, wishing me death over a tweet. But yeah. People got mad. I said Raquel Pennington is more exciting than Sean Strickland. She doesn't slide into people's DMs begging for mercy because her feelings got hurt. That's facts, though. That's straight up facts. So that's hilarious. Why not have McGregor on 300 and save 301, 302 for the middleweight and light heavyweight? Because it's just not what we do here. What's good, Joey? Talbot is third biggest bantamweight behind O'Malley and Aljo. Has an insane chain. Great dude. He's beating nobody. Probably going to lose. Hey, Jelly Roll, what's your next concert? I don't know what that means. Sup, Joey? Do you think the current era of UFC has the most weirdos on the roster, especially champions, contenders? And I have no idea, dude. Maybe, maybe not. It's hard to say for sure. All you get is backlash on Twitter? Yeah. I mean, that's basically Twitter, though. Do you think it's insane that the thing that set Strickland off was the notion that the reporter wouldn't beat his son for being gay? Do you think it's evil? How many people sided with Strickland over that? I think a lot of the people that side with Strickland don't even understand what was going on there. And they're just like, he's trying to bait Strickland into something. And I think that's what they think. But if there's genuinely people siding with trying to beat the homosexuality out of your kid, then yes, those people are demented. If you don't give Sean the rematch against DDP, I'm done with the sport. Shut the fuck up, Andy. I can't believe anybody even wants to see that. Like, that fight was some otherworldly straight up banger. Like, as if that was some banger. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I'm in the minority picking Talbot. The only one that agrees with me is experts, but I'm telling you, Joey, reconsider. I haven't even fucking considered it to begin with. I'm just saying you're smoking crack, acting like Talbot's some elite of the elite. I may pick Talbot. Joey, just finished the banger video you put out. Way to call that idiot Dana out. Appreciate it. Jelly roll is a donut. Okay. Why is the topic of child abuse even brought up? UFC needs to censor all this weird shit. I don't know, man. I don't know if they need... I'm not necessarily in favor of censoring it, but like being like, yeah, this is disturbing at the bare minimum. They should at least say that. Trust me to understand completely how the majority of MMA fans just want abuse their possibly gay kids. Yeah, like that's gonna work, right? I think that's what Strickland's dad did to him, and Strickland thinks it works because he buried the homosexuality deep inside himself. You know, like a Vince McMahon toy, and then basically that's, you know, his kind of what he's gonna do. I genuinely think, like, hot take, Strickland's gay. Strickland's closeted gay for sure. Bro's telling Joey to pick a random fight months down the road on a fight night. I know. A prelim on a fucking Apex card 20 years from now. Like, what the fuck? I haven't even thought about it at all. Strickland got that dog in him? Yeah, he does. Just know what? I don't know. It was a horrible fight. I've seen better at my local bar. Yeah, it wasn't that great. Same as going to treat Talbot like John Jones treats his wife. Dude, all I know is Talbot fought a literal bum and was getting out grappled early and often, if I remember correctly. A literal bum. A legit bum. Which is crazy to me. Crazy to me. Thoughts on Vince McMahon's scandal? I don't really have any thoughts other than what I've heard is absolutely appalling and disgusting. Vince got those wrestlers. Yeah, he does. Same as Matt Small. The Talbot has a chin, size, and cardio advantage. Shut the fuck up, Hap. Nobody cares about that fight. Wouldn't be shocked if Saman found a sub. Agreed. Vince was having freak offs with, I don't know what that means. The Vince McMahon shit. Bilal versus Leon, UFC 300. I hope so. That's my dream main event. That's my dream main event. I forgot to mention that. I'm just dreaming of that. I am absolutely dreaming of that, boys. How do you think Dricus versus Izzy would go? Izzy probably TKOs him or wins a decision because Dricus has a good chin. Bro, having a chin advantage might be the dumbest thing you say when picking a fight. Agreed. I'm sure it's going to be Izzy versus DDP for 300, but he posted a pic with a dragon emoji, so part of me thinks maybe Poetan Trilogy. Who do you think wins that? I would think Izzy would be in danger. I would lean Pereira. At light heavyweight, man, that's dangerous. But it wouldn't shock me if that was it either. I think Izzy's going to fight at 300. I think Izzy wants to fight at 300. But that would be crazy. I mean, that would be massive. Could you imagine Izzy tries to take his light heavyweight belt? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? That'd be fucking nuts. That'd be absolutely fucking nuts. If it's Conor Chandler main event, I would take Leon Bilal instead. I'm with you, Homework. 100% with you. So who would win, Izzy versus Izzy? I'd probably go with Izzy. Who would you pick in a match if Tom Aspinall were ever to fight Francis? I'd pick Francis. I think he's more well-rounded, to be honest. And just better everywhere. Except maybe pure speed. I can't get behind DDP. Don't care for it. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. All right. We need Cannonier versus Dricus for 300. That'd be crazy. I would pick Cannonier. Who would you guys take in Cannonier versus Dricus? Right now. Who would you guys pick? Who are the biggest band? Dude, I don't know. Jarrett, Cannonier by decision, Cannonier. Honestly, I'd take Cannonier by TKO. I think Cannonier beats the brakes off of Dricus. Everyone's taking Jarrett. Would be kind of dumb since he couldn't beat Jan. Who? What are you talking about? You could be talking about anyone with that. How does he even deserve a title shot? He lost, already had a title rematch, and Sean did fight well enough. I mean, if that's your... Nobody currently deserves a middleweight title shot, so anyone can get a shot, and I'm not going to cry about it either way. But to act like, oh, well, Sean... You giving Sean a participation trophy now? Is that what we're doing? We're just handing out participation trophies to everyone? Is that what we're doing now? All right, give Sean a participation trophy. Based on the battle order leaked by Dana, we're expecting one more fight for UFC 300. There's going to be more than one more fight. When Dana announced in the main event, someone get the oil. Dude, shut up with the oil joke. It's not even funny. Canner didn't start MMA until he was 30. Crazy what he's accomplished. I agree. The thing is, Jarrett got taken down and almost submitted by Brunson, so I feel like DDP could potentially do the same. Did you watch Brunson versus Dricus as well? Did you watch Brunson versus Dricus as well? Brunson was ragdolling Dricus in the wrestling in the first round. Joe, what's up, dog? What's up, Jeremy? Good to see you. Adesanya fight for 205 strap. That'd be crazy. Did Dana announce anything tonight? 50-50. Jarrett killed Brunson. Did you watch the fight? That he did. I feel bad for Kevin Lee. He seems lost and doesn't know what to do with his life. I have no idea, dude. I haven't been paying attention to all his... I just know that supposedly he posted that he's going to return. So UFC's probably going to wreck him. So, I mean, someone in the UFC is probably going to wreck him. you know. Shit. I think this is, hold on. All right. UFC cut Lee. I don't know if they cut him. Brunson basically ragdolls everyone in round one. That's true. Connor hasn't had a good win since Drake come out with one dance. Connor last good win was in 2016. The year UFC 200 happened. Not even 2016. Yeah, it was 2016. Yeah. It's 205. Which was, yeah. Lee needs another layup fight. Another. When did he get first one? Alex Pereira deserves middleweight shot over all other guys because he's current champ. Imagine they book Pereira versus Dricus at middleweight for UFC 300. That would be out of left field. That would be fucking out of left field. I mean, that would be straight up wild. Could you imagine? That'd be fucking wild. I don't know. That'd be an interesting fight because Alex has no grappling. Kevin Lee versus Tony Toe. No, stop. I don't want to see either one of them fight. What are your thoughts on Nina Drama? I used to like her because she hella hate for no reason, but she's probably the most pathetic UFC Dana show. I think it's weird because of her age. Like, she acts like she's like 20 and she's like 36 or 35 or some shit. Like, it makes it weird. I think Dana's definitely fucking her. 100% Dana's fucking her. I'll say 90% Dana's fucking her. Let's see what her age is. I can't remember. She's 35. That's wild. And I'm kind of with you in enjoying the shit that people hate a little bit. But she's just a shill, and then she thinks she's like something special in regards to media. Is he still the biggest draws among all the names to fight in middleweight? Yeah, for sure. Do you think we'll see more non-title pay-per-view events this year? Probably not. Maybe some. But I've actually never watched anything but like maybe like come across one or two Instagram clips from Nina. So I don't even know what she's really truly like other than like the embarrassing shit that I've seen on Instagram. Nina Drama is fake, but reason she thinks she's something special is because most of the MMA fan base loves her because she glazes Strickland. Yeah, and also I think most of the MMA fan base is incels, so they think she's hot. Yeah, the old jokes were never funny, but actually became painful when she made a video on it. Yeah. It was slightly funny. Yeah, I'm still a little bit sick. Just a little bit. I feel like I'm like 90% now, though. I'm still coughing a little bit. And what's annoying is my fiance just got sick, but I don't think it's from me at this point. I don't think it's from me. I think it's from, she got it from someone else, something else. So I'm scared now I'm going to get that. Hill's really pressing his own fans. He's going to take a mental break. I know, for those of you who don't know, Jamal Hill, what a piece of shit this guy is. He tweeted out, so I get a question in an interview and answer with legitimate facts. I'm crying, question mark. But y'all sit on burner accounts sucking off grown men and complaining about others' achievements that have achieved more than you will in life. Yeah, okay, with laughing faces. One of Jamal Hill's fans responded and said, "We need you to humble Alex Pereira, champ." He said, "Humble my nuts, bro." This is what Jamal Hill said. "Humble my nuts, bro. I'm humble to those who humble theyself." Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Point in fact, capital who are to tell me to be humble. What experience do you have with what I do daily? And his fan responded, "Relax, bro. I'm simply saying that we are rooting for you to become champ again." And Jamal Hill responds and says, "Tell me to be humble out of the blue is not support. Explanation, explanation, explanation. If you support me, do that. Do tell me how to be me." I think he meant don't tell me how to be me. Obviously, he's not very good with, typing and whatnot. I don't know if he's illiterate or what. And then the guy responded and said, "But I never told you to be humble, comma, read again. I said I want you to make Pereira humble, parentheses, to beat Pereira up." And Jamal Hill responded, "Gang, I just sent you an apology, fam." What a fucking embarrassment. Like, if this was in person, Jamal Hill would have beat him up. He would have knocked his teeth down his throat. Like, why are you so ready to jump down everyone's throat? I mean, seriously. Like, what a pussy. And I don't even know what he's saying, to be honest. So, Jamal Hill's a piece of shit. He obviously allegedly beats up his brother because his brother doesn't clean his house good enough. But I get it. Sometimes you read shit and you read it the wrong way, but I don't know. It just my early kind of judgment of Jamal Hill based on things that he said in saying that dude's a loose cannon, dude's overreacting and threatening people with violence and being shitty to people for no reason. I mean, has that take aged well? Everyone shit on me for that. But is that aged well or what? So, yeah. I've seen Jamal Hill's reading comprehension issues, yeah. And he has, just grammar issues in general. Like, half of what he was typing didn't even make necessarily sense. So, treating your fans like that, I just think that's piece of shit behavior. I truly believe it's just piece of shit behavior. So, it is what it is. I just wanted to point that out since someone brought it up. It's an embarrassment. I want to see Hill versus Jan. I think Hill would beat up Jan. Now, you're good, Joey. After you get sick, you get antibodies so you won't get sick for a while again. Yeah, but if it's something different, I may not have antibodies to that. Yeah, dude, Jamal is actually so pathetic, dude. I genuinely get why he whines so much. It's actually insufferable. I know, dude. He's the whiniest bitch ever. I think he's the whiniest. I think he's becoming more unlikable than the majority of the community thinks about Ian Machado Gary. Jamal Hill had a CTE moment. Yeah, I think he has CTE for sure. I want him to lose so badly when he returns. I'll be rooting against him for sure. I'll be biased in that one. But yeah, at least he apologized. Yeah, he said, "I'll message you and apologize." Hill acting like that is very suspicious. Yeah, dude's on Twitter acting like that. The humble my nuts was low key fun. It wasn't that funny. How many boosters did you get, Joey? Glad you're feeling better. It wasn't COVID, dude. Jack Della or Gilbert Burns? I don't know. I'm leaning Gilbert Burns right now, but I've been switching back and forth. Yeah, he apologized, but dude is actually a little girl with how he whines and moans all the time. Like, relax, I know. Dude was trying to simp to the Strickland fanboy still, which I found particularly funny. That was one of the funniest things I've seen. Legit. What's crazy is Hill potential is crazy and he's holding himself back. Well, right now he's just Googling his name. Lucas said he thinks the announcement will be Adesanya Chimaev. No, it will not be Adesanya Chimaev. I'd be shocked. I personally don't watch any of Jamal's vids. I don't think anybody does. Let's go take a look. I don't think anybody does. I just see like what people are talking about sometimes, and then I'll go check something if it's something important. Let's go see what kind of views he's doing. 2 days ago, 348 views. Damn. This shit is doing bad. Oh my God. 657 views. 606 views. 794 views. 4,800 views. 2.6K. 29K. 44K. 5.4K, 39K, 36K, 14K, 24K, 54K, 25K, 49K. So these aren't too horrible when you get down here. But he only gets views basically when he's talking about Ariel or he's talking about Magomed or he's talking about Colby we're talking about the Strickland. So when he's talking about relevant MMA stuff, people watch. But like Jamal Hill's raw response to Magomed Ankalaev, 5.4K, 12 days ago. Jamal responds to Alex Magomed and Dricus, 44K. But damn, these other videos where it's all lower, like who's managing his account here? All lowercase. What's your most menacing childhood stories? Like what's going on here? There's no direction. I don't even know what the channel's about. Clean my house, bitch. Yeah. So, yeah. True fans know Joey got sick from the Wingstop he ordered. That's true. That's true. Sanhagen interview in Hawani was so cringe. Sanhagen should have just fighting. I didn't even see. I seen a clip of it, and he was saying some bullshit about Umar's got some celebrity privilege, and this just makes no sense. Gaethje without a beard looks like he licks milk off the kitchen floor. I don't know exactly what that means. Said in a stream earlier today they saw that you had built up some different takes and was thinking about reaching out for a debate. That's interesting. Joe, what are your thoughts on MMA guru ? I really think he's a big reason why MMA has turned into such an incel cesspool, and his content is literally just high school tier, quote, why you offended bro, end quote, BS. I don't really know. Like, I know there's a lot of narratives that whatever the popular narrative is basically what he pushes. But to be honest, I know people don't believe this. They think I go watch his content and like people accuse me of copying his content, and then the same people say you watch his content and go against his comment, and then some people say, I remember somebody said you watched his stream and just said the complete opposite of what he said, and I generally don't watch it. I've seen a little bit here and there. I've more or less seen clips on Twitter, but you know, I know he's a massive shit talker. And, you know, I know he's like talked shit about my channel before. He's commented on my channel before. He's tweeted to me talking shit before. And honestly, I just don't give a fuck. I think people like him think they can gatekeep the MMA community. And a lot of these people that grow certain fan bases on YouTube, especially when you really try to attract the, you know, teenage kind of wild fanatic type fan base that you see online, I think it can be very successful. And I think it exists with or without people like him. Like, I don't know that, you know, I feel like without like a deep research, I feel like people like him a lot of time gets their opinions from the people who were like vehemently terminally online, and they just go with those kind of popular opinions to kind of get traction. Honestly, that's what I feel. A lot of people do, and I don't think he's turning people this way. I think there's a lot of people who are this way, but I think there's a lot of people who aren't that way as well, and I just don't think those people are as vocal online. I truly believe, and I talked about this recently, I don't think these people who are constantly crying and whining about certain things and, you know, being super crazy online and disrespectful and obsessive and harassing and encouraging harassment, I don't think that's the majority. I just think that's the majority of the visible section of online. I think there's a majority of normal people who do watch and do get online a little bit, but they're just not as super vocal. But without really like doing like a deep dive, I couldn't give you honest opinions. I just know he's a fan of my channel, which I kind of appreciate because there's a lot of people that he's kind of sent here, maybe indirectly. But I just think it's weird when like he's like seeking me out to, oh, Joey, you're a pussy and shit, weird shit on Twitter, and I just bodied him on Twitter. If you were here for that, that shit was hilarious. But also, I just think there's a lot of people who think they can gatekeep the sport, and also, I think people in the MMA community think they're like bigger than they actually are. Like, the sport is nothing. You know what I mean? It's literally not. The sport isn't even close to mainstream. So, Yeah, that's basically my thoughts on it. I try to give you a better answer because people ask me that shit all the time, and I just say, oh, I don't know. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't think he's the cause. I think he might be a symptom. Joe, you got Francis video, got 30K. Great work, bro, from a man who gets a cut of pay-per-view sales. Thank you. Jamal Hill has good production value. Yeah, that's Quan59. Clean my house, bitch. Thoughts on Roadhouse. Don't give a fuck about Roadhouse. Is the earth actually flat? No. Can't believe people are reporting Mark Hunt, Mike Tyson, and Salty. That's crazy. KG without the beard is unrecognizable. I'd be unrecognizable as well. I didn't know who bro was with the clean shave. You wouldn't recognize me either. Can't hate Sandman. Joey's triggered. I'm a Joey shill. Nobody cares what keyboard fondling basement dwellers think, okay? I swear viewers try to make divisions with MMA content creators. Shit's corny. Yeah, 100%. No, I have not seen his live chat, so I have not seen it. The loudest people are always toxic. Yeah. How did you body him? If you had to be there, it's still up. I never deleted it, but I embarrassed him pretty badly. So, and he never tweeted at me again. So I don't think he ever will. I don't think he'll worry about that. If you were around for that period of time, man, just absolutely fucking bodied. It's funny as hell. It was a good one. It was a good one. It was easy too. It was fucking easy. Norm, even in his picks, he's always picks the favorite fighter. Okay. If you guys haven't watched, okay. Who wins between Prime Kane and John at heavyweight? I'll say Prime Kane. Now I'll say John. I don't know. Do we need Elwood Dalton at 300? Hey, Cutie Pie, what's up? Joey, if Talbot wins, does he deserve top 15? No. I've never watched his content. I only see Joey and Lucas, sometimes Weasel, and MMA YouTube. Fair enough. Joey really DDP'd him? I did. When we catch him with jumping on, I don't know what that means. The Talbot kid is a star. Dude, you're just making up shit, Days. Now you're just making up shit, to be honest. So, we get it, brah. We get it, man. You're dick riding him. Feminine fellows stalk Ariel and easily influence, simp, adore. Okay. Joe, how did you become a good shit talker? What elements are needed to be a good shit talker? Just a brain. Just a brain. That's it. I've never seen Dana and Joey in the same room. That's true. Looks like Hill's channel got throttled. Weird to see views drop like that unless you pay for views. I don't know. Now, I think it's just the content he made for those last few videos were just shit. Why don't you want to talk about Talbot? Do you hate him or something? He's irrelevant, dude. He's literally nobody. He might as well be Mike Jackson at this point. Hey, Joey, love your channel. Thank you, Byron. Paige Van Zant just became an honorary clown. You saw the clip I retweeted. What an embarrassment. Joe, when are you going to make a video of you lifting heavy weights? I'm thinking about doing it tomorrow. You saw Rampage Jackson is coming back to box? No, and I do not give a fuck if he does. I could not give a fuck if he does. I mean, who's going to watch that shit? Who would even ever want to watch that shit? What year did you start watching MMA? 2010. Imagine I started a channel then. That'd been fucking wild. That'd have been fucking wild. So, anyway. Rampage Jackson's fight. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Hyperfixating on irrelevant fighters is pretty humorous. I agree. What's up, Sobro? What's up, Justin? Oh, I guess it's just Sobro. Can anyone tell me who Joey referenced owning on Twitter? First fight I was ever watching was Civil Weidman too. Dude, that one broke my fucking heart. That one broke my heart. Usually he comes in here and starts donating money or memberships. Nothing today. I'm broke today. You're broke every day. Yeah, so, bro, I'm waiting for another 150 Canadian, bro. The stream can't continue without 150 Canadian, all right? It's the last day of the month. Come on now. I know you just got paid. Why you always hate on Molly McCann? She gets the W this weekend. I think she loses this weekend. End of an era, that fight. Exactly. Renat versus Tony prediction. Tony would easily win. Motherfuckers like you, I hate. So, bro. Okay. Nothing wrong keeping it up with old school legends who made the sport unless they're 50. Yeah, there's some. I don't give a fuck about watching absolute horseshit of dudes getting brain damage. Watch when I get out of school. What? Oh, okay. Don't make promises you can't keep. Yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting for JJ Smoke to get a fucking job so he can send me 500. Um, I like OnlyFans sponsorship of BKFC. Yeah, BKFC OnlyFans sponsorship. Fuck BKFC. Fuck BKFC. Do you think Dana makes an announcement today? Maybe. Maybe. Picks are based on... Dude, picks are hard regardless. I'm not going to try to shit on anyone for picks. My picks this year have been damn good, though. My picks this year have been fucking good so far. 2 cards in. 2 cards in, we're at a damn near 80% pick percentage. 74% pick percentage. I'm a 17-6 right now. All-time picks. Great video today, Joey. One example of Dana White's hypocrisy is when he belittled Yo Romero after his post-fight speech about Jesus. And he said America doesn't want to hear about your thoughts on Jesus. Yeah, I mean, there's a million examples, honestly. But I wanted to do some old school ones and then some recent ones. I could drop 500 right now if I want to be in debt. Don't do that, dude. If you're going to be in debt, don't do it. Don't do it. Nothing is more satisfying than Ben Rothwell having OnlyFans logo on his ass. This guy keeps sending the same message talking about whoever he doesn't want to talk about, which I haven't mentioned in 10 minutes. So, bro, thank you for the $6.99 Canadian. Wait, Tong, for JJ to one-up this. Yeah, JJ, where you at? Where you at, JJ? Come on. You got to one-up a $6.99 Canadian. Your Dana White vids are the best vids. Even YouTube recommends them me more than others. What's crazy is it's not even doing that good. I don't know if I released it late or it's because it's a couple weeks out of date in a way. It's only got 900 views right now, almost 1,000 views, and it's been out for an hour and a half. So that's kind of unfortunate. Lene hasn't emailed me back about the color of the mat for 300. I vote yellow. Dude, shut the fuck up. Dana White has no real opinions or principles. He'll say whatever is convenient and meant to justify his actions in the pursuit of making money. No, I think he has real opinions, but I don't think he actually espouses them or care enough to have a hardline stance on them. I would donate 500, but I just bought Power Slap tickets. Yeah, I'm waiting for someone to one up Sobro. Someone's got to embarrass Sobro's donations and make him look poor. But yeah, I understand, Days. You know, if you're going to Power Slap, I completely understand. I'll tell you right now, let a fighter get up there and start shitting on fighter pay and let him shit on Power Slap and say how garbage Power Slap is. And I guarantee, all of a sudden, shit'll change. I'm disturbed. Why am I getting this on my Twitter? I'm just looking at Twitter right now, and it's literally who should not be named just posting videos of her feet. This shit for you, Tab. Let's see. I want to mute, but I'm just going to hit not interested because anything that gets posted that'll be something in the future, I know you guys would post it on Discord. So, well, like, who the fuck's watching that shit? What kind of weirdo simps are watching fucking videos of feet? Dana said there'd be no women's MMA, only for Ronda to appear. He said Mike Jackson never fights again, only to fight again. He was going to cut Khabib Nurmagomedov's corner. Your Dana White vids are the best. I hate seeing all the other MMA channels just make boring videos while you cover the stuff that literally nobody talks about. That I do. But it's at a cost, man. It's at a cost for sure. I mean, but it doesn't matter to me because I'm fine with less revenue and less overall growth for speaking my honest mind. I can live with that. You know what I mean? But, yeah, everyone just makes up. I mean, people were like shitting on that media member for the post-fight presser at 297. It wasn't even a bad question. They were like, yeah, Dana White destroys guy at press conference. And it was like, he said, you have your fighters on a long leash, which means you give your fighters the freedom to say whatever they want, is what long leash means, basically, in that analogy. So, yeah. I went to Slap Wars at a local Indian casino, bonkers. UFC 300 sucks except Charles Arman. That's just completely wrong. Do you think Dana's going to let Grasso headline a pay-per-view? Absolutely fucking not. It'll be UFC Noche probably again. It'll be UFC Noche. So make sure after this stream you go to that new Dana White video, like it, comment on it. Because for some reason, I guess just because it's kind of old news, it's not doing that great. It's not doing horrible or anything, but it's just not doing that great. Let's see how many people disliked. Not that many people disliked it, which is ironic. which is kind of ironic. But, yeah. Maybe I have a couple video titles. Maybe I'll tweak it a little bit after the stream. Which people asked Dana about Makhachev getting his interview censored, not just ESPN side, but the UFC official page censored it. People were silent on this. Did you watch the video, Jerry? You know I mentioned that, right? But yeah, I wish someone would ask him too. My immediate response to Dana would have been like, oh, what about the flag ban? Multiple flag bans. What about the edited post-fight interviews? What about, finding Nate Diaz in the past? What about cutting fighters? What about threatening to censor or cut Leon or fine Leon Edwards in his corner? Imagine saying 300 sucks casually. Yeah, 100%. I watch all your videos with my dad now. Really? Your dad likes them? Or are you fucking with me? Is this some kind of joke? My ultimate UFC 300 main card would be Pereira Hill, Izzy versus DDP, Leon Bilal, Gaethje Holloway, Oliveira, Yuki in his opener. That'd be fucking crazy. I generally think the UFC might be actually spending money to stop the growth of YouTube channel that speak up against them. I don't know. I'm not going to subscribe to that with no evidence. WWE Vince scam. She didn't get the other $2 million, so she exposed him. She was freaky and kept. All right, dude, I don't know enough about it to sit here and say this or that. You know what I mean? It wouldn't shock me one way or another if he's a piece of shit. You see, as he posted his story about 300, yes. Damn, I really wish you were so much bigger channel, dude. It's so frustrating seeing right-wing delusional consume this beautiful sport, and you're the only dude that goes against the tide, man. It'll happen, bro. The channel will be all right, man. The channel will be, just watch, and it's really gonna get. I mean, it already gets a lot of hate, but look, I'm always just gonna speak my mind. I believe you can make a successful channel without grifting certain popular opinions and certain hot takes in order to gain an audience. Which I'm not hating on anyone that does that, but a lot of people do that. I am going to speak my mind no matter how many people hate it, and I'm going to tell you guys the truth. So, there's a lot of people like us looking for this type of content. So, this channel will get much bigger, and it'll get a lot more hate, and you guys can go out there and defend me as my minions, all right? I'm just kidding about the second part, but you get my point. What do you think UFC Atlantic City main event will be now that Luke Brady's off? Probably something shit. Yeah, probably Blanchfield Fior. I would say. I don't think they're going to move it. But yeah, dude, I'm telling you right now, Shuttlesworth, we're the start of something, man. I'm telling you, we're the start of something. Because look, it may not be this year, it may not be fucking next year, but we're going to continue to build and grow and grow and grow. And my channel will inspire other channels to speak out and do the same, and be like, okay, look, we get it. You all love to put Dana White's nutsack in your mouth, but this is just not true. This is factually incorrect. Or, it's not wrong of somebody to say, you know what? I think somebody talking about someone and disrespecting them based on their sexuality makes you a piece of shit. It's not wrong to say that out loud. It makes you a piece of shit to act like that and say like that on a public press conference at the bare minimum. That's the minimum bar. And there will be more. And that is why a lot of people, and I'm not trying to act like there's some grand, I'm some grand main character or some shit. But that is why a lot of people are trying to get on me on YouTube, try to get on me on Twitter. They want me to go away. They're pissed. They're like, no, I don't want him to start this trend of some people actually telling the truth and speaking their mind and being authentic. We want this crazy, outlandish bullshit and just to continue to push Dana White's false narratives and dick suck him 24/7. So, I hope that makes sense. I actually applaud the interviewer who asked, damn it, now my thing just scrolled all the way down. I actually applaud the interview asked Strickland about the question about his gay son stance. Dude has some balls. Yeah, I respect it too. I don't even necessarily want to hear about that shit at press conference, but I respect asking a different question. Quote, if you get butthurt over someone's flag, shut the fuck up and cry about it. Well, because of Palestine and Israel, the higher ups, by the way, I'm the fucking boss, made me do this. I'm sorry. Exactly. Exactly. And that's something I wanted to touch on for a while. Will Jerry's dad keep watching Joey if he shows his luscious video on stream? I'm sure he will. No, I seriously watch him with my dad. He subbed you, and anytime I'm in the car with him, I play your videos on Bluetooth. He's watched the full Ngannou, Strickland, and Dan Hooker saga. That's awesome, man. I appreciate it, Jerry. What do you think? What do you think the meeting with Dana and BKFC was about? Probably about how to work the commissions over to get them to legalize you in different states. I also watched the full Chandler saga with him, which he loves to rewatch with me. I really need to make a playlist for that. I wish someone could make a playlist for me and then I could just use it somehow and just copy all the videos over. It's just tough. It's just tough. Usman versus Luque, let's make it happen. Just try to sneak into the press conference and ask Dana real questions. Yeah, Dana doesn't... You know what's funny? One thing I pointed out in my video, I was like, you guys do know the First Amendment includes freedom of press, right? And also I broke down how their warped version of freedom of speech isn't freedom of speech at all. Joe, you're setting a precedent for tons of other YouTubers in years to come. Soon people like you will be legion. I don't know exactly what that means, but I know what you mean. 100%, dude. There's a lot of people. I consider myself just a normal person, right? Just a normal person who tries to be a good person, who tries to speak facts, who tries to cover the UFC from a fan perspective, but also from an educated perspective. And I always believe a lot of people like me avoided MMA YouTube, avoided MMA Twitter, because it's just kind of a toxic place. But I'm going to encourage those people. You know how many people have said, came in my chats and said, I've never participated in anyone's chat. I've never donated money to a YouTuber ever. And they've watched my channel and donated and become members and participate in the chats. And I never participated in anything before. So I do believe there's a lot of people. It's just the toxic, it's like anything on the internet. It's just the toxic, loud mouth, kind of shitty people are always going to be what's prevalent, no matter what. So, why is Gamrot fighting on the prelims against RDA? Because the fight card is stacked. Joe, will you ever start interviewing MMA people? It's possible, man. It's possible. But the thing is, I also speak my mind, and sometimes now I forgot what I was saying that quick. Yeah, but I also speak my mind, so a lot of people are going to get upset with that. What's up, Jerry, a.k.a. MMA YouTube? Why Gamrot fighting on the prelims against RDA? Already answered that. I don't know. Only one that against him are okay. It's been 8 days. I need a new video. From what? Oh, you're talking to Jerry. Insert Bugs Life reference. Exactly. Maybe UFC will get OnlyFans sponsorship at the BKFC meeting. Yes. Not trying to be negative, but MMA fandom is so demonic. I don't see how you ever grow out of your niche bubble. I think you should try to collab with other creators. Dude, it's going to happen. Watch. I guarantee it. So we'll see, though. I think you're going to be wrong. I think you'll be surprised. But MMA is such a niche sport in general. So you have to realize. You have to realize how niche the sport is in general. Like, even like 100,000 followers or subscribers, whatever you want to call it, isn't that big for YouTube in general. Because it's such a niche sport. But I promise you we'll be all right. You know, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I hated you, but now I started watching your content and I enjoy it because you actually give me real information instead of just making shit up off the top of your head. So we'll be all right. You know, there's people that said, Joey, you only got 800 followers or 800 subscribers. You'll never get any thousands because you go against the grain or some shit like that. You know, there's been people who've been here for a while. How many times have we had people say, yeah, this is why you'll never get more than 1,000 subscribers because nobody cares about what you think and everyone hates you because you say dumb shit. And I mean, and every time it's been wrong, every time. So, Joey, please show some respect and have appreciate to folks on live program. I have a name. Don't refer to it as this guy. This fucking guy. Starting to think it will never be announced. It'll be announced, dude. Stop worrying about what Dana's saying and teasing it. My dad was fucking dying listening to Chandler Brownose, Connor's photographer, and begging for videos of him lifting heavy weights. His favorite public restroom joke. His favorite is the public restroom joke. Is it not embarrassing the way Chandler talks? Is it not embarrassing the way Chandler talks? And nobody points that shit out. It's so embarrassing. Have you ever breathed from your nose or a chronic mouth breather? I am sick right now, and I also have a deviated septum, so great insult, bro. Lesnar versus Kane 2, UFC 300. Shut up. Make a dead body list, maybe. Watch you over, James. Okay, yeah. All right. I mean, everyone complains a little bit. It is what it is. Do you think Suarez ever becomes champ? She's unfortunately injury prone. Way leave her, Suarez would be a bar burner. I'll say yeah. I'll say yes. I'll say yes. And by the way, I can tell that the guy Liu I and the other guy that he's communicating with, that's both him. That's both him. He's literally has a burner account and he's communicating with each other in the chat. That's so fucking weird. So is it Du Plessis versus Adesanya or Chimaev? Du Plessis versus Adesanya. So, Chandler is just sad. I know. The Marco Madsen era is over. That is true. I'm not going to lie. I don't take you for super funny guy, but dog, I was crying when you said, quote, I want to treat this reporter like I'm on vacation with my wife in Mexico. Yeah, I'm into saying shit that I deem funny, but saying it with a completely straight face and not laughing at it myself. That's kind of like my type of humor. So, but the channel isn't designed for me to try to be hilarious. But maybe I'll just start trying to be funny and hilarious in every video instead of being super serious. But I just work certain kind of humor into videos. And if you're in the live streams, you kind of know. What I missed? Just showered. You missed everything, man. You missed a $500 dono. Is there any retired fighter you want to come back you would like to see? Habib. Habib. I don't think Michael Chandler is exciting. Oliveira, Gaethje, Poirier made his last fight. Nah, Michael Chandler's always been exciting, dude. Chandler ruined his career by waiting for Conor. I know. I've been saying that for a fucking year, man. I've been saying that for a fucking year. Michael Chandler fumbled the bag. So, fumbled the bag. All I know is who's ready for a total... I mentioned this the other day, but who's ready for a total meltdown when Du Plessis versus Adesanya gets announced? And everyone's going to be like, he doesn't deserve a title shot. Where was that energy for Colby? Where was that energy for Marlon Vera over Merab? Where was that energy for, XYZ? I mean, insert a million examples. He doesn't deserve a title shot. What a fucking joke the MMA community is going to be. Dude, congratulations. I'm in love with your channel. Great commentary. Caesar watching from Brazil. Thank you, Caesar from Brazil. Thank you, Caesar from Brazil. Chandler should fight Luque short notice main event. Yeah, he should. He'd probably get brutalized KO'd, though. Can't wait for Brian Ortega to make the cuts video after UFC Mexico. Me either. Will Covington versus Thompson happen? Hopefully not. Michael Chandler said he feels like he's in his early 20s or 30s. Okay. What do you want me to say to that? Congrats for him. Can't wait to see all the Sean lovers freak out. I know. You know why they don't... I think everyone knows this, but I'll run this poll again. Put in the chat the number one reason the Sean Strickland lovers do not want Israel Adesanya to get a title shot. There is one main reason they don't want him to get a title shot. And I'm telling you, we went over this before. Why is the reason they don't want Izzy to get a title shot? Because there's one reason. Fill me in, chat. There's one reason why. Nobody said it yet. Everyone's saying all this wild shit. It's not that hard to guess. How does nobody... Everyone guessed it the other day. Nope, it's not that, Days. There's one reason why. They are like in desperation mode. They don't want Izzy to get the shot. Congratulations to Hap and Steez TV. Because they think he'll win. Because they think he'll win. I don't know how you look at DDP Adesanya and you're not like, oh man, Adesanya's probably going to win that. So that's why. They don't want Izzy to win the title back. And they think he's going to win. because they never care about meritocracy any other time. And in the middleweight division, nobody deserves a middleweight title shot right now. There's not a single soul that has an undeniable concrete case for a middleweight title shot. They just don't want Izzy to get the belt back. So congrats to Hap for getting that. We went over that the other day and more people got it right away. How can you make 300 even half as good as 299? They start, dude, 300's already better than 299. You're smoking dick if you believe otherwise. Imagine he chins DDP and does a bow and arrow again. MMA community would jump off a cliff. My honest, the best case scenario, all right, and I know people aren't going to like this, what would make me laugh my fucking ass off is Adesanya sleeping DDP. Okay, bow and arrow and all. Bow and arrow. Rematching Sean Strickland. Beating the brakes off of Strickland and then retiring. That would be fucking hilarious. 299's way better. It's not even close. Dude, you haven't looked at the cards then, you fucking idiot. It's not, you're right, it's not close because 300's way better. Armin versus Oliveira is better than the entire UFC 299 card put together. What's your argument for not giving Strickland a rematch? He's 3-3 in his last 6 fights, so he's 50. He's 500 record. Lost the title fight in a fight that he just backed up the entire time and pumped the jab. Didn't even try to fight. Made a bunch of excuses afterwards. Had no title defenses, and has no claim to an immediate rematch. Absolutely none. The only thing Colby scripts more than his jokes or his post-fight interviews, immediately trying to shape the narrative. Dude literally got dominated and tried to say he was robbed and made up an injury. I know, dude. I mean, you know how fucking funny that would be? I'm telling you right now, the salt from the MMA community if he sleeps DDP at 300 and shoots bow and arrows into his body. And then Adesanya should go over to DDP's coach and kiss him. It'd be fucking hell. It would just piss the MMA community off. That's why it would make me laugh. Because DDP, I like DDP. So, yeah. I agree with all your points except for saying Sean didn't try to fight. He clearly did. It just wasn't enough. That's a bit of an exaggeration, dude. I didn't mean that unequivocally. I just meant he backed up the majority of the fight and pumped the jab. He's going to do it too. It wouldn't shock. I would pick him against DDP right now. I would have to. I got to tell you how much I was lying when Colby said he broke his leg like 10 seconds into the fight. He was generally at a loss for words. The dude has more CTE than Tito. Nah, he just wanted an excuse. Nobody even likes Colby anymore. Not even his own fans like Colby anymore. Which is fucking even funnier. Which is even funnier. It's just funny as hell. I want Izzy to chin him, take the belt, then retire like GSP on top. Oh my. They would say he was running from Sean. He was running from Chimaev too. What's funny is they'll root for a Dagestani. They'll root for a Dagestani when there's like an African champ. They'll be like, oh, Usman's going to lose to Chimaev. But when you have DDP and Strickland, they don't want Chimaev to get the shot. They don't want Adesanya to get the shot. They're not campaigning for Jared Cannonier. If you say, I don't want Adesanya and Chimaev to get the shot, and then you campaign for Strickland, you're smoking dick. If you campaign for Cannonier, at least that's respectable. You're saying Cannonier has a win over Strickland, blah, blah, blah. He deserves a title shot. Okay, fair enough. I still think there's a case to make for literally every fighter at the top of the division. You can make a case for getting a title shot. There's no clear-cut number one contender. But it's just hilarious. They'll try to work Chimaev into an undeserved welterweight title shot to beat up Usman when that made sense. But now they just want watch. If DDP and Strickland fought again and it was another close fight and Strickland won, they'd be like, oh, run the trilogy now. They want no possibility for Adesanya to get that belt. Joey Poirier versus Saint Denis and Jan versus Dong is better than every fight on 300 except Armin Charles. You're smoking crack. But okay. I used to harbor the same vitriol I have for Sean now for Colby in the past, so I really hope Sean ends up like Colby. He will. Eventually they'll turn on Sean too. Dude's boring as fuck. Who's more boring in the cage? Is he or Strickland? Definitely Strickland. I don't know, man. I feel like Cannonier's clear cut. Cannonier lost to Adesanya not that long ago, bro. Not that long ago. And how many wins did he have since then, too? And he's injured, too. So, I don't know why the fuck it did that. That shit pisses me off. What the fuck? Why does it open that little window? Oh my god, I'm infuriated. I can't Google something? What, he win 2 fights since then? Yeah, he won 2 fights and he lost Adesanya. So you can make a case for anyone right now. Some of y'all just really repeat exactly what Joey says so you can get his attention. I don't know what you mean by that. So what fight on 300 is better than those fights? Dude, I've watched the stream from last night. I compared every single fight to each other. Almost every fight on 300 is better than every fight on 299. The main event of 299 is dog shit, undeserved. I mean, fucking Marlon Chito Vera got dominated 2 fights ago. 2 fights ago by Sandhagen. Dominated, 50-45. But yeah, oh yeah, he's fighting in the main event. That's going to be a fucking barn burner. Sean O'Malley should never even got a title shot. He robbed Jan. Like, what the fuck are you acting like? I would like to fight between Sean and Hamzat. That's a fun fight. Yeah, I want Strickland versus Hamzat as well. If Cheeto can get a title shot, so can Izzy. Agreed. The true main event does shit the bed. I just don't understand how you guys don't get this. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up so I can tell you. UFC 300. Since apparently you guys just can't comprehend it. UFC 299. It's not even close. And 300 isn't even done. The main event is dog shit. Dustin Poirier versus Benoit Saint-Denis is equal to Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan. It's not even equal. Charles Oliveira, Arman Tsarukyan is better than Dustin Poirier, Benoit Saint-Denis by a slight bit. By a slight bit. But it's enough where it matters to point out, okay? It's enough where it matters to point out. Petr Yan, Song Yadong, Kevin Holland, Michael Venom Page, combine them together and compare them to Yuri Prochazka, Alexander Rakic. Yuri Prochazka, Alexander Rakic is better. Then you have Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. Don't love the matchup, but 2 of the most exciting fighters on the roster. Better than Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Maddalena. Combine that with what's the next best fight. Combine that with Curtis Blades, Jalton Almeida. Better. It's just better. Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje, better fight. More exciting matchup. More relevant fight to the division. So, it's not even close. In a previous video, didn't you think judges got Strickland for Strickland Cannonier wrong? No, I thought Cannonier won. You can go back and watch if you don't believe me. It was close, though. But I thought Cannonier pressed forward and landed the bigger shots. Even though it was a close fight, I thought that edged him out. I thought it was a dead even fight. I'll vouch for Joey. 300 is much better. Yeah, it's just a popular opinion to say 299 is better, even though it's not. And also, we don't even have a main event for 300. We don't even have the full card for 300 yet. 300 is leaps and bounds better than 299. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's hating on 300 because it's popular to do so. Joey, can I oil you up or not? That joke's not funny anymore. And it could eat, man. And it's right. Will be announced today. No need to spam it, dude. But it's not confirmed right now. No need to spam it 17 times. You could have just said it once. You could have just said it once, bro. Or every once in a while if I missed it. Alex versus Jamal would be amazing. That'd be great. Joey, never stop talking about how Sean robbed Jan. People are forgetting about it. Yeah, I mean, it was clear robbery. I just can't get over how people don't understand that. I mean, literally, 300's way better. Way better. Guys, do me a favor. Like the stream. Also, if you could, I would greatly appreciate it. If you could subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, I would very much appreciate that. I'm trying to get the 20K before UFC 300. And yeah, it would be awesome if you guys could like the stream. Or like the stream and subscribe to the channel. You can argue Cheeto's worthy of title shot. Bantamweight division is so competitive. You talking about? No. The backstory with Jamal Hill beating Glover and Jamal promising a knockout of Alex. I mean, yeah, that's great. What do you think of Luke Brady being off since Brady's injured, didn't sign anything? It sucks. Probably going to be a shit main event now. Joey, just woke up to hit the like button and go back to bed. Sorry, missed your vid. No problem, John George. Go check out the Dana White video tomorrow if you get a chance, please. Bo Nickel is the next. No. Bo Nickel's not shit. Joey hates Sean O'Malley. I do not hate Sean O'Malley. At all. Even remotely. Even remotely. Joe, would you ever go to Dagestan and train? No. Forget Cheeto getting a title shot. I don't think O'Malley has done enough to get a chance to redeem his loss. Agreed. Think about it this way. Would you miss Gaethje Holloway for JDM Blades fight? I'm picking Gaethje Holloway every day. Yeah, agreed. And I don't even like Gaethje Holloway that much. But it's relevant to the division. And it's a big fight. Regardless if I like the matchup or not. But yeah. People are just delusional. People are just delusional, my friend. But soon enough, 300 will have came and went. You guys ready to be mind blown? You guys ready to be fucking mind blown? In the same amount of time we'll be at UFC 300 is the same amount of time since Thanksgiving. All of January, all of December, and part of November. It's a little bit off, but you get my point. So in the same amount of time in the past to Thanksgiving is the same amount of time in the future to UFC 300. It will soon come and go. It will soon come and go. Joe, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with how competitive fun Gaethje Holloway is. I hope so, bro. Joe, if you had Dana White press pass, what question would you ask? Dana White. Questions. Dana, you were at UFC 297 touting freedom of speech. Where does the code of conduct come in play with that? Can you not... The code of conduct that you have fighters sign in their contract, can we get a copy of that? Can we get a copy of the code of conduct? The same code of conduct you used to penalize Nate Diaz? The same code of conduct you used to suspend Nate Diaz and cut Miguel Torres and... you edited the post-fight interviews of Hamzat Chimaev and Islam Makhachev regarding Palestine. And you banned flags, unbanned flags, and rebanned flags and pretended like it was the media's fault. I know that's a long-winded question. I wouldn't say all that, but you get my point. I would ask, and then I would rebuttal with some of those talking points. Isn't Miguel Torres on the UFC Mexico card? No. Heard Colby Shavkat is in the works. Who'd you hear that from, bro? I hope that's in the works. So. Joe, if you had no limit 30-minute interview with Dana, how fire would that be? It'd be amazing. It'd be awkward though. Free spoke, he said. Spoke, not speech. I didn't say that, did I? Well, then I fucked up. Are you talking about Dana? Heard Chris Montigno comes back in the works for 301. I can't wait for it. Could it be one day after all Francis' success in boxing, Dana will be able to swallow his ego and make a fight between... No, it'll never happen, probably. Who does Li Jingliang fight when he comes back? No fucking clue. How many questions can you ask before they call security to take you out? Like 2 or 3? You notice how nobody ever actually asked him about Francis Ngannou, Tyson Fury? You notice how nobody actually really asked him about that, right? You notice he did some weird softball interview where they touched on it. So then the media could have an out. Oh, well, we didn't ask because he already talked about it. You notice they never actually asked him about it, right? They never asked him about Francis versus Tyson. They never asked him about Francis versus Anthony Joshua. Would you want to meet Dana if you had the chance? Yes. Yes. I think me and Dana could be friends. But I just call him out on his hypocrisy. The media barely ask any good questions. Barely, yeah. After rewatching Arman Islam, I really think Arman could beat him. That's not the fight to rewatch to come to that conclusion. That was so long ago. But I think Arman could beat Islam. So, yeah. Only one person. Again, I understand why Cheeto doesn't deserve a title shot, but I think he can very well win. Yeah, he could. Just because you can win doesn't mean you're deserving. Did you see when Dana blamed the media member for trashing PFL by saying they asked him leading questions? Yes. Meanwhile, he took his time out of his day to shit on the PFL. Media are legit scared of shit as Dana. Yeah, because he'll do everything behind the scenes to discredit them and fuck them over. And ban them, potentially. Hey, Dana, how was your colonoscopy today? Meanwhile, on the stage. Yeah, how was the vibes with Kid Rock and Trump? Is Dana a bad guy or just making money moves? I think a mix of both. Dana will be GOP candidate for president someday. Doubtful. Dana's rich and powerful. Who's available to take Brady's place? No idea. Where's Umar Nurmagomedov? Supposedly he's fighting on March 2nd. My guess is he's going to fight Rob Font, and everyone's going to say, yeah, he's just beating up bums. He's just beating up bums. Watch. Mark my words. Mark my fucking words. He's beating up bums. It'll go from, he doesn't deserve a top 5 guy. What has he done to deserve a top 5 guy? He's getting preferential treatment. To, oh, he's only beating fucking bums. So, hey Dana, what are your thoughts on Twisted Steel and how far can he go in this? Yeah. What were the vibes with Kid Rock? Font can't wrestle, no point in the matchup. I know, but that's the only... Watch. Mark my fucking words. People are saying, Umar doesn't deserve a big fight. Who's he beat? Like the fucking rankings matter. And then all of a sudden it'll be, oh, he's only fighting bums. Why should he get a title shot? He's on a 10-fight win streak, but it's nothing but bums. Thanks for the content. Helps after a long day of work. Thank you for watching the content after a long day of work. Who would win in a rematch versus Jones? Who would win a rematch, Reyes or Jones? Jones for sure. He would KO Reyes. Regarding Bo, it's fine that he's still fighting Kansas, but he should be placed in the cards accordingly. Agreed. He's fighting Sandhagen? I hope so. I hope so. People are acting like Sandhagen's a shoo-in for a fucking title shot because he beat the dead body of Rob Font. That's crazy to me. Marab deserves a fucking title shot. Umar, best win is Brian Keller. Chill with the glaze. I don't know what you're talking about in terms of glaze. Say, there you go. You don't want to see... Dude, everyone complains that, oh, the Dagestani fighters are can crushers. But then if Dana tries to jump him up and give him a big fight because there's a lot of hype around him, all of a sudden people want to discuss rankings. So, that's the crazy part. So... I wonder who he's going to end up fighting. Could it be Cruz? I wonder if it's going to end up being Cruz. I wonder if it'll be Dominic Cruz. They finally forced Dominic Cruz out of hiding. I don't know, though. I pray it's Cruz. Yeah, Cruz will try to cut him with a razor blade. I prefer Cruz versus Garbrandt. Me too, but it's not going to happen. I hope it's not Rob Font. I don't care about anyone getting the jump if they beat whoever is put in front of them. Yeah. I think if you are offered a fight and you're healthy and you turn it down, lose your fucking rank. Now, Joe, I disagree. It's not about the Font win. He beat Song Yadong and dominated Cheeto. Also, Corey could easily get a title shot. That's 3 wins in a row. Yeah, all those are great wins. I mean, they're decent wins, but to act like he deserves a title fight off of it is crazy, dude. The Font wins dog shit. Cheeto's a fucking... Cheeto was losing to Cruz before he got the KO. Cheeto, who else did he lose to? Cheeto damn near lost to Pedro Munoz. People are acting like he deserves a title fight because Cheeto is getting a title fight right now. I guess he only lost to Jose Aldo, so I'm wrong on that. But either way, I mean, Corey Sandhagen's behind Marab is my point. That's my only point I'm trying to make. So, Song and Cheeto aren't great wins. They're all right, man. They're all right. But Cheeto damn near lost to Pedro Munoz. Song Yadong is a little bit overrated and is about to lose to Piotr Jan anyway. I remember Cheeto doing well against Munoz. Okay, Mario Batista beat Sean O'Malley. I would like to see Mario Batista get up there in the title picture. Does Mario Batista beat Marab? Probably not, but I hope so. Cheeto doesn't deserve a title shot in the most disgusting, undeserving title shot ever. Even Stipe deserves a title shot more. I don't even know about that, but neither one does. Garbrandt can lose to Figgy, and then it still makes sense to fight Cruz. Dude, I hope Figgy fucking chins Garbrandt, because if Garbrandt wins, O'Malley's going to be calling him out next. Cruz will get a cut in the 5th and say he won all 5 rounds to do the cut. I know. You aren't wrong. You aren't wrong. I was a big believer in Mario Batista. I don't feel like anyone was picking Mario Batista in his last fight, but I did. Mario Batista. Let me go take a look. Ricky Simone. Ooh, 9 out of 11, boys. I feel like everyone was picking Ricky Simone in that. I picked Batista at 27%. 27 fucking percent. Damn, that was a banger. Previous. Damn, I was top 2 in Tapology last 2 weeks. Pretty sweet. I wonder, how do you look up the all-time leaderboards? My picks. My ranking. Does anyone know how to look up like the all... Okay, here we go. I was 177 out of 6,400 in my picks for 297. I was 218 on the card before that. I wonder what the highest I've ever been. Looks like 177 might have been my highest. Let's go look at... Ooh, that's dog shit. Where is Dern versus Hill? Dern versus Hill, I was 155. That's pretty cool. Holloway versus Allen, I was 171. I wonder what like my best... 125 for 283. I think that's my best one. No, Cater Allen, I was 90. 90th. So Cater Allen was 90th. It looks like that's my top score. I don't think I'm going to beat that. I would love to come in first in Tapology among everyone. On Tapology. That'd be fucking wild. Yeah, so 90th was my top score. Joey, can Kevin Lee make one last title run? No. Ricky was plus 190, so... Hey, look, everyone was picking Ricky. I don't pay attention to odds. What's your most proud prediction? The Gaethje Ferguson pick. Mine is O'Malley Sterling pick. I picked O'Malley. KO round 2. What's my most proudest pick? Probably just the accuracy of Adesanya Pereira 2. But I picked Gaethje over Ferguson. Simone did not beat Merab, dude. That was a bullshit call by the ref. For me, it's 43. Sandhagen song. You have to pick every fight on the card, yes. I started the stream with the wonder what the highest I've ever been. Yeah. Glad you enjoyed that, buddy. Glad you enjoyed that. What do you mean Merab was knocked out? He was not knocked out, dude. He literally jumped right up. A doctor made him lay down, and then the ref looked at the doctor and waved it off. It made no sense at all. Dude was moving to the last minute. Does Stipe come back? What is up with the heavyweight division? How's the UFC going to deal with the heavyweight division with 2 champs all year? What they're probably going to do is book Jones versus Stipe summer, fall. And then after that, they both retire, and then they just elevate Aspinall to the champ. He was out for 1 minute. No, he's not, dude. Go back and rewatch it, dumbass. He never stopped moving, and he jumped right up. It was a bullshit call. And he didn't even make the call right away. He made it after the doctor made him lay back down. Merab was not out. Go watch it again. Simon deadass pointed to Merab and said he was out. And Merab immediately responded saying he wasn't. Dude, I know. I've watched it a million times, but thank you for backing me up. We'll go look it up right now. Merab. Simone. No, it's not. Was it Simone? Merab. Ricky. How is this not coming up? Is that old of a fight? It's not on ESPN? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay, so I'll go to Fight Pass. UFC Fight Pass. Merab Simone. Here we go. Marab versus old Ricky Simone. What a bullshit call by the ref. That was a horseshit call. Non-stop moving the entirety of the time. The entirety of the time. Still moving, still moving, still moving, still moving. He just laid his head back. He's looking right at the ref. He gets immediately up. He gets immediately up. Immediately jumps up, and the doctor asks him to lay back down. And so he lays back down. Marab should have won this fight. As soon as Simone points at him, and he's still moving his legs too, immediately responds. I don't even think it's controversial to say that. Marab clearly was not out. I like your streams and videos, but your Twitter takes are L and personality is disrespectful. Or then go fuck yourself. Don't watch then, pussy. Like, what do you want me to say? Oh, sorry, Waze. My Twitter. I'm sorry that you think my Twitter take are L and my personality is disrespectful. What can I do? You want me to message you on Instagram like Sean Strickland and beg you for mercy? Like, I mean, is there anything of substance you have to offer? Fuck off then. I don't give a fuck. What do you think I care what you fucking think? Oh no, you really got me there. You really got me there. What am I ever going to fucking do? Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to have to sell all my cars off. I'm going to have to get rid of all my homes. And I'm going to have to fucking start going to the soup kitchen now every day because, oh my God, you don't like my tweets. How old are you? Are you 15? Are you 15? That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. I don't like. I hope you're not a grown man. If you're a kid, then it is what it is. I don't like your tweets, sir. I don't like your tweets. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I'll do anything. You pussy. Yeah, I hope that's not a grown man. Did Rob get robbed versus Frankie Saenz? I don't remember. I don't even remember that fight. Yeah, dude, the Diaz shit's been there forever. I thought that was just me. Somehow. Yeah, but Fight Pass needs to evolve. Joey, don't talk to your subs like that. We pay the bills. I don't see you donating, bro. Marab is above Corey and deserving a title shot in Sandhagen. Shouldn't have to fight Umar, though. He should have to fight someone close to the top. I don't understand, dude. Who gives a fuck about the rankings? The only time that we should be talking about merit is with a title shot. Everyone can fight fucking everyone. I don't give a fuck if Umar's ranked 15 or unranked. Is it an interesting fight? Yes. So let's see it. Why the fuck does it matter what blood and sweat deem is the number next to their fucking name? It's just a reason to duck a fight. I don't understand. If you book Corey versus Umar and Corey wins, that's a phenomenal win. It doesn't matter. Oh, blood and sweat ranked him at 14. So, yeah. Watching Rob get a title shot. He beat Jan on a 2-fight losing streak. Corey was way more impressive. Yeah, that Jan who's on a 2-fight losing streak also beat up Corey. That's why. Why do blank and blank and blank and blank think Adesanya Chima? It's Dricus versus Adesanya for sure. I'm confident. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're right. It's possible. Joe, why did you complain about O'Malley not deserving a title shot against Aljo? Did you even listen to a fucking word I said? First off, I justified Sean O'Malley getting a title fight. Also, I said rankings don't matter unless it comes. It doesn't even matter when it comes to title shots. But the only time we should be discussing merit is when it comes to title shot. It doesn't matter if, oh, so-and-so's this ranked and so-and-so. I don't give a fuck. You know there was a time in the sport like pre-2014, 2013. You know there was no numbers, right? There was no rankings, right? There was no ranking system, right? It was just, oh, this guy looks really good. Let's book him against this guy who also looks really good. But sorry, you wouldn't know about that happen because you weren't around watching then, you casual. Yeah, you guys only care about the rankings when it fits with one of your narratives. When you think they'll announce it, I'll say tomorrow night. Joey's mad. I'm never mad, dude. I don't understand why you think that's mad. It's just proving a point. You You're spouting nonsense, you know? You're spouting nonsense. Merit, we should only be debating merit when it comes to title shots. Like honestly, think about this. You don't even know who put that number next to Corey Sandhagen's name. You don't even know. So why the fuck are you saying, oh, so-and-so shouldn't fight so-and-so because he's X amount of numbers next to below the X amount of numbers of so-and-so? How can you ask for meritocracy but say rankings don't matter? Because the meritocracy only matters for the title. It only matters for the title, bro. The rankings are literally pointless. Go watch. Look, hold on. Guess what? I have evidence to back this up, that this has been consistently my record. I can find from the very beginning of my channel. Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look. I started my channel on April 1st, 2021. Let's search the word rankings. Let's go search the word rankings. Ooh, ooh, ooh. May 30th, 2021. The UFC rankings mean absolutely nothing. May 30th, 2021. May 30th, 2021. 60 days into starting my channel, I espouse this belief on the channel. So the rankings are literally meaningless. Are meaningless. Who's been watching the channel for a long period of time? How long have I said the rankings are meaningless? How long have I said the rankings are meaningless? You can still look at different resumes and different wins and deem meritocracy when it comes to a title shot. I mean, how many videos can I make shitting on the rankings? I mean, I have more than just that one, too. Let's go back and look. Rankings held hostage. The UFC rankings are an embarrassment. Live stream. UFC rankings. Let's see what else I got here. But there's plenty of times I talked about it in different videos. But there's two that are literally titled that. The rankings are weird. Ortega's still ranked number 4. Exactly. Joe, your tweets are mean. I think you should apologize. I apologize to everyone. That's an opinion, Joey. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. It's a fucking fact. So it's a fact that it's meaningless, regardless of everyone else's perception. If they act like they're meaningful, they're legitimately meaningless. So if you don't know who makes them, then they're meaningless. So just because you say it doesn't make it factual. That's true. That is true. Just because I say it doesn't make it factual, but it is facts. It is facts. It is literally, a number next to a name is literally meaningless. It did not exist I think, 2013. It never even existed. We just made matchups based off, oh, this guy looks really good. We'd like to see him against this guy. So, but if you wouldn't know, if you only been watching the sport for a couple of years, you wouldn't know the rankings didn't exist at one point in time. Like, I don't understand how anyone could say, oh, beating this guy who has a lot of hype behind him is meaningful and he looks like a really good fighter. So, yeah. I half agree with you, to be honest. If no meritocracy exists, we need a tangible way to follow it, and that's the rankings. Yeah, but that's not the way it works. So, it doesn't fucking matter. Whoever gets on a good win streak against quality opposition deserves a title shot. End of story. There's no meritocracy to who fights who outside of the rankings. It's just a free-for-all Royal Rumble. If rankings matter, number 6 will be getting a title shot against O'Malley. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's literally a fact that it doesn't even matter to the UFC themselves. It only matters to casuals trying to follow the sport. That's the only thing that rankings matter for. It's just a promotional tool. So, if you think they matter to the UFC, if you think they matter in the grand scheme of things, you're just not looking at the facts. Did Darren Elkins deserve a title shot because he was on a 7-fight streak? Quality of opponents matter more than the streak. Yeah, but you don't need a number to tell you a quality of opponent. Yeah, Brian Ortega is definitely number 4. Colby's definitely good. What about his quality of opponents? You're literally proving my point. You're proving my point. Colby got a title shot. 0 wins against anyone in the top 15. 0. Inactive for 2 years. Oh, his win streak, 2-2 in his last 4. Guess what that means? Him getting a title shot, that means the rankings are meaningless. Stipe hasn't fought since I was fucking born. I was literally a newborn baby last time Stipe fought, and guess what? He lost. He's ranked number 3. So, if rankings matter, Sean Strickland will never be champion. That's true. That's your opinion, and I accept it, but I totally disagree. You can't disagree with the fact that it's literally meaningless. How do we judge good oppositions without rankings? I don't know. Watch the sport before 2013, and you'll find out. It's easy. I mean, wait a second. You genuinely need numbers to tell you how good fighters are? That's fucking crazy to me. I never pay attention really to the rankings, ever. So, that's crazy to me. I mean, think about it. Right now, rankings are so important to you. It's impossible to tell you this. But, tell me the top 10 of any division off the top of your head. They mean so much to you. They mean so much to you. So Sugar skipping a division is fair? Yes. Yes, it is fair. Anybody who's not champion can fight anyone. I can't believe you guys think the rankings actually matter. I can't believe you think they actually matter. The rankings are only designed as a promotional tool and nothing more than that. Without Googling it, name me one person who makes the rankings that I didn't teach you about. Good. Name one person who makes the rankings that I didn't tell you about. Name one person. Because I can name you a couple people who design the rankings. Exactly. You can only name one that I told you about. You guys don't know who you guys don't know who made the rankings. You guys don't know any top 10 of a current division. And you guys can easily think of matchups to discuss. So, I don't know how that doesn't prove my point. I mean, it doesn't matter on multiple levels. It doesn't matter on so many fucking levels. I don't understand how any of you guys think it matters. Like, that is mentally ill. That's the equivalent of saying Khamzat Chimaev deserves a heavyweight title shot right now. That's the equivalent of that. I don't understand. I've literally heard you saying skipping a division is wrong. I've not said that. I've literally said I am hyped for that fight. I'm hyped for him to get tested. You're just arguing semantics at this point, Snaglord. You don't know what you literally don't know what you're talking about. Then you do not know what you're talking about. You don't know who makes the rankings. You don't know who's actually ranked what number off the top of your head. So yeah, that's really meaningful. And then on top of that, the UFC doesn't even follow the rankings. So how do they mean anything? I don't understand. You're literally proving my point. Sean O'Malley at number 15, 14, whatever the fuck he was, fighting the number 1 guy. And you're saying, yeah, what about this? Yeah, that's my fucking point. That's my point. I don't get how you don't understand that. Yeah, Days went and copied off the UFC's website. Thank you, Days. I'm glad it took you that time. Joe, I get where you're coming from. To grow as a sport, we need a meritocracy built on rankings. I wish the rankings did matter. So, if you don't understand that, it's subjective. It's literally objectively a fact that it doesn't matter. It's an observable fact. I mean, I can't help you. I can't help you. If you think it matters, the rankings matter. The rankings aren't even legitimate. You can't name who makes them. I'd argue most people could generally name the top 5 in most division. Yeah, they could probably name them, but not what number they were in. When's the last time someone outside the top 5 got a title shot? UFC 299. UFC 299. Women's bantamweight, Days. Go ahead. If rankings matter, Bilal will be champ. Yeah. I wish I had a microphone because to type my opinion is way too long. Your opinion is way too long because you're wrong. There's literally, if we went to a court of law and argued our opinions, there's no possible way you could win. It does not matter. You can't give me one fucking example where it matters. The people making them have no qualifications. Have no qualifications. If rankings matter, why would Cejudo be put at number 3 for losing and not having a fight in 3 years? Thank you. So Henry Cejudo doesn't have a win since 2020. He's ranked number 3. Colby Covington doesn't have a fucking win since 2022. 2-2 in his last 4. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's literally a fact. Everyone in the chat, please tell these motherfuckers. Everyone who agrees with me in the chat, tell these motherfuckers that the rankings literally do not matter. That is a fact. My mom says I'm number 1. Fair enough. Dave's just making up shit. We know he's looking at the browser. They are somewhat accurate. I'm fine with that. Okay. Yep. You're acting like the UFC can just plant people in the rankings. Colby got top 2 based off history, not his most recent fights. I think you're saying like they can't. Yeah, they can clearly plant people in the rankings easily. The UFC manipulates the rankings. Rankings as they are certainly promotional. Rankings as they should be certainly meritocratic. This is straightforward to me. Thank you. If you want to argue that they should matter, fair enough. But to act like they do matter, anyone acting like they do matter is just a fucking idiot, in my opinion. Yeah, let me unsubscribe and let me watch someone who knows what they're talking about. Let me help you with that. You're banned from the channel. You'll never be able to see a message ever again. So I'm glad I read that one for you. We don't want you here. We don't need you here, pussy. I mean, Chelsea Chandler ranked number 15. UFC uses rankings as a media vehicle. That is it. That is it. I mean, I can easily go to the rankings right now and tell you why they don't matter. Easily, right now. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Oh, look. Number 6, Marlon Vera getting a title shot in his next fight. Yeah. So, in that case, let's give Arnold Allen a title shot right now. Let's give Mateusz Gamrot a title shot right now. Let's give Manel Kopp a title shot right now. Let's give Wonderboy Thompson a shot right now. Let's give Paulo Costa a shot right now. Let's give Nikita Krylov a shot right now. And let's give Alexander Volkov a shot right now because they're all number 6 as well. Henry Cejudo hasn't won a fight since 2020. He's ranked number 3. Brian Ortega's won 1 fight in the last 10 years against the dead body of the Korean Zombie. He's ranked number 4. Colby Covington's ranked number 5 right now. Hasn't won a fight over a top 15 ranked opponent, currently top 15 ranked opponent. 2 and 3 in his last 5 fights, and hasn't won a fight since 2022, March of 2022. Okay? Paulo Costa sitting at number 6. Paulo Costa hasn't won a fight since summer of 2022 against an unranked Luke Rockhold. When's the last time Paulo Costa won against a ranked opponent? Does he even have any ranked wins right now? Does he even have a current rank win? No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a win over a single ranked opponent. Oh, don't worry. He's number 6. Don't worry. Brendan Allen's number 7. Beat the dead body of Paul Craig, who doesn't even belong in the sport. Meanwhile, you have Chris Curtis, 13, who brutally KO'd Brendan Allen not that long ago. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Stipe Miocic sitting at number 4. They finally moved him back because you have Tom at ranked number 1 as the interim champion. Stipe Miocic hasn't fought since before I started the channel. This channel has not been around when Stipe fought. And Stipe got brutally folded like a fucking lawn chair in his last fight. So, yeah. Costa doesn't have a win against anyone in the current roster. Yeah, he's ranked number 6, though. The rankings really matter. If rankings don't matter, what's the point of being a champ? To be in the champ signifies that you're the best. So you should be able to defend against anyone at any time We've seen multiple unranked fighters get title shots before on short notice. We've seen multiple top-ranked guys fight unranked guys. And, yeah. Your mindset allows the UFC to continue with bullshit matchmaking? No. Buying the pay-per-views allows the UFC to continue with bullshit matchmaking. Joe, I'm an avid fan of the sport. I've never seen Stipe fight before. It's crazy. John Jones thinks it will help his legacy. I know it's a joke, dude. I don't understand how you guys don't realize that the rankings didn't even exist. The rankings are only for casual fans. That's a fact. With this mindset, the rankings don't matter. The UFC, in theory, give a title shot to someone like Patty or Bo who haven't deserved it. They do it all the time. They're doing it at UFC 299. They did it at UFC 296. They did it at UFC 295, but it got canceled. They'll do it again. Do you think Dana will announce it at this point? No. Colby has a ranked win in RDA. Is RDA ranked at welterweight right now? No fucking way. No, he's not. He's ranked at fucking lightweight. So, current top 15 ranked welterweight. Sorry if I wasn't uber specific. So, if the champ can defend against anyone, F it, let's make O'Malley versus Umar. Sure, why not? Book it. No, you can look at win streaks and you can look at level of opponent. I don't understand. Like, when you look at a win streak, do you look back at what the opponent was ranked when they fought him? It's a popularity contest so they can promote. And the UFC manipulates the rankings too, so I don't understand. Yes is ranked? Thank you. Yeah, the rankings don't matter. RDA hasn't won a normal notice fight at 155 since 15. That's crazy. Thank you for the 7 months of membership. F this casual hardcore narrative. You can say whatever you want. If you started to watch MMA in the morning, this is literally destroying the sport fandom in my country. What do you mean? Not going to lie, as a recent fan, it's kind of hard to think of the UFC without the rankings. They didn't exist for many years. When did the UFC start rankings? I think it was like in 2013. February 2013 where the rankings were introduced. It's only the rank. I'm being dead serious. This isn't supposed to be an insult to anyone saying the rankings matter. The rankings were only introduced as a way for casual fans to lower the barrier of entry to the sport. If you honestly need the rankings to tell you, oh, Bilal's one of the best, Shavkat's one of the best, you know, whoever else you want to throw in there. You can throw in anybody you want. Kamaru Usman, Gilbert Burns, Sean Brady. If rankings don't matter, then why do you complain about Colby getting a title shot? Well, not because of his ranking. He was ranked at number 2 when he got a title shot. So thank you for proving my point again. Tim Elliott got a title shot off 1 win? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, I hope this is what I think you're talking about, you pussy casual. I hope. I'm praying this is what I'm talking about. Because I believe Tim Elliott only got 1 title shot, right? He only got 1 title shot, if I'm not mistaken. Way back when, against Demetrius Johnson, I'm assuming. Yeah, he was outside the UFC for a bit. And then he came back and got an immediate title shot. Well, you know why that was? Because it was an Ultimate Fighter season for a title shot. So, yeah. There's so many stupid people on here. I'm literally losing brain cells watching people trying to justify the rankings. I can't believe it. I mean, the rankings have literally meant nothing. Genuinely, they were. This isn't supposed to be an insult. They were created as a means for casual fans to follow the sport. That's it. I mean, to sit in there and like stress over, oh, who's ranked what? I mean, who even does that? Joey, just because the UFC does it, why are you keeping that mindset? The fans control the UFC. That's where you're wrong. The fans do not control the UFC. The rankings should be meritocracy based, but they're not. It's not even close. That's the thing. I don't even understand what you guys. I mean, from every single angle, anyone justifying the rankings is completely wrong. Completely wrong. Completely wrong. Yeah, the rankings never mattered. It was only for a way to attract casual fans. That's it. Oh, he's number 3 in the world. Oh, he must be good then. Like, it doesn't even make sense. I don't understand how anyone justifies that. That's the stupidest fucking argument I've ever heard. They're first off, the rankings aren't even fucking real. I mean, the people who create them, you don't know who they are. They're anonymous names, so anyone makes the rankings. So that means I could be making the rankings. I can make whatever the fuck I want then, I guess. So let's pretend I make the rankings. I'll just make up fake rankings. So rankings don't matter, but Joey been saying undeserved with Colby and Strickland for weeks. Explain that, Snag. Colby was ranked high. Colby was... You're literally proving my point. Colby was ranked high. And he didn't deserve a title shot. You were proving my point. So, thank you for proving my point. With every message you send, you've literally been proving my point. That's the crazy part about the whole thing. Remember when Leon Edwards got pulled from the rankings for not taking the Hamzat fight? Exactly. The UFC manipulates it in multiple ways. They pulled out fighters for inactivity recently. They're not pulling out Stipe. You're dividing the comment into 2 topics. I'm not dividing into topics. Rankings don't matter, but Joey been saying undeserved with Colby and Strickland for weeks. Both those guys were ranked in the top 5, and both of them did not deserve a title shot. Thank you for proving my point. I don't get it. If you want to say, oh, Joey, you said, well, Colby has no wins over any top 15 ranked opponent currently, that also proves my point. Yeah, because it doesn't matter. I don't understand. Does anyone understand that? I know all the people who are disagreeing are commenting. Does anyone not understand how dumb these guys are being? Hap's like, every time he talks about Colby, not a single ranked win. Hap, are you that fucking stupid, genuinely? Are you that brainless? Again, proves my point. If rankings mattered, why would he get a title fight? I don't get it. Not a single ranked win, but he's still getting a title shot. But rankings matter, apparently. Makes no sense. I don't get it. Colby has a win over Jason Jackson. How is that not impressive? Colby beat Old Man Masvidal for a title shot 3 years ago, too. Charles Oliveira got destroyed by Islam, but still remains his number 1 contender spot. Dustin got beat by Oliveira and still was number 1 contender. I know. Joe, if you don't care about rankings, why do you mention them? Because people care about them. Because casual fans use them as a point of reference. I use them as a point of reference sometimes where it is kind of relevant. I think they're trying to say rankings don't matter now, but they should, because they make no sense. It makes no sense. I don't need you. You've made my point, Snag. I literally could take every single one of your messages and put that in my fucking presentation. I can make that as a PowerPoint for reasons why the rankings don't matter. You can want them to matter. You can wish they matter. You can say sometimes they're relevant to bring into conversation. So, rankings matter since it makes the UFC seem more legit as an actual sport to the uninformed. Okay, there you go. All right, whatever, agree to disagree. I think we agree. Every statement you made agrees with me. So I think we both agree. You just don't know what you're actually agreeing with. The rankings didn't exist for 3 years, so that's how much they mattered. Well, 3 years since I was watching the sport. So the rankings didn't exist for 20 years. The rankings didn't exist for 20 years in the UFC. 20 years. The rankings didn't exist for longer than they actually existed. Do you say they don't matter because they're in the wrong order? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, first off, they're not legitimate. Half the time, there's ranking squatters. There's rankings that don't make sense. But then on top of that, the UFC does not use, like, in what situation ever do the rankings actually come into account? Never. Almost never. The UFC makes whatever they want, regardless of rankings. And if the ranking aligns with it, then they'll use the ranking to promote it. That's it. Like, since when is every number one contender ever getting a title shot? Never. See, this dude said they come into account in title shots. That's completely delusional. Completely fucking delusional. Don't matter in the actual sport, not in a sport where it's based on business and not meritocracy. Yeah, exactly. So, Joe, you and your Benoit Saint Denis beard should make your own rankings. Yeah, I should. We don't know who makes the rankings. The UFC doesn't ever follow the rankings. And the UFC only uses the rankings to promote. And it doesn't matter how many ranked opponents a fighter has on their resume. They may or may not get a title shot or not based on that anyway. So in every aspect, it literally does not matter other than just chopping it up on YouTube about it. So, Snag Lord, thank you for the $10 donation. Joe, thank you for the $10 donation. Joe, you're pissing me off, but I love you. You've definitely proved me wrong on the rankings, and I agree that they don't matter now. Thank you for clearing me up. I was having a brain issue right there and not really understanding what you were saying. And the UFC definitely doesn't care about the rankings. And I don't even know who makes the rankings. Thank you, Snag Lord, for the $10 dono. I appreciate you, my friend. I'm glad you can realize the error in your ways. I appreciate it very much. I'm glad you can admit wrong. I'm glad you can admit when you're wrong. And I'm glad that I brought you around and really educated you on why they don't matter. Thank you for the $10, Snag Lord. I greatly appreciate your $10 donation. And I'm glad that you agreed that the rankings do not matter at all. And I'm glad we're on the same page right now. That's a lot, Snag. That really is beautiful. So now I've clearly won the debate. Snag Lord, agree with me. Hap, are you ready to do the same or what? Jay, would you ever wear a Venom fight kit? As a joke, yes. But as something serious, no. As something serious, no. Is there any news on Leon and Bilal fight? Are they even fighting? Yes, they are fighting, supposedly. Even though the rankings don't matter, just like Snag Lord said in his recent donation. But right now, Bilal's number 2. So he's number 2, so he definitely should get the title fight, considering he's number 2 right now. He's not number 1 contender. He's not number 1 contender. He's number 2. But he definitely should get the title fight. When number 11 O'Malley fought number 1 Jan, I learned the rankings didn't matter. The rankings never matter, so I'm glad you learned that day. Like Snag Lord learned today, you learned 2 years ago before UFC 280. Bilal should have to fight one more. I don't think Leon is fighting soon. Expect him to be inactive for some months now. Probably. We'll see what happens. I don't think Leon... Okay, I already read that. Whew, how long did we talk about the rankings before Snag Lord finally came to his senses? I'm happy that Snag Lord finally came to his senses. That's really beautiful. Joey grocery shops and Venom fight kit? Yeah, I do. Let's skip Bilal. Rankings don't matter. Shavkat versus Leon. Hell yeah. Just trolling. Leon is one of the most inactive champs, we'll say. He just, he's kind of been a little bit inactive. If you had to make the rankings for the chat, where would I be ranked? You'd be unranked, Hap. Snag Lord would be number 2 for admitting his fault. So I'm glad that, to argue with me for 30 minutes, meanwhile he's proven my point, and then to donate $10 super chat and admit that he was wrong is a beautiful thing. I mean, it's so beautiful. It's like a weight lifted off my shoulder. I thought I was yelling into an empty void. I really thought I was yelling into an empty void there. And for Snag Lord to finally come around and send a $10 super chat, I'm waiting for him to send a $20 super chat next. He finally came to his senses. Rankings don't matter to the UFC. Conor would 100% get a title shot today. If the rankings matter, Stipe would be pulled out of the rankings. How you rank a motherfucker who's been sitting out for 3 fucking years? Fighting twice last year is an inactive. Y'all over exaggerate. No, that's true. Colby versus Shavkat rumored by who? I hope it happens. Shavkat will eat Colby. And it makes perfect sense when you look at the rankings. It makes perfect sense. Shavkat's number 3. Colby's number 5. Perfect sense. So. Pat Matthews. Speaking of the rankings, I completely concur, and I'm happy that Snaglord came to his senses and admitted fault. I'm also tired of Michael Chandler squatting on his ranking. Hopefully he'll fight Armin or someone while waiting for Conor, and he'll be knocked down to a more appropriate ranking. I agree, Pat Matthews. I agree very much. I agree with you on the Snaglord sentiment, and I agree with you on Michael Chandler squatting on the rankings. Thank you, Pat Matthews, for the $9.99. I really appreciate it. Joe, I'm here for the pleasure. I think I already read that. Thank you. Thank you, Pat Matthews. Why do MMA media are not critical during press conferences? Does UFC have a right to not allow them if they dislike them? Yes. The UFC will ban them if they don't want them there. They issue press passes. You have to apply for a press pass. If the UFC doesn't like you, they will not give you a press pass. I guess even I will be higher than Hap when it comes to Joey's rankings, yeah. Josh Thompson and Conor has just one fight left on his contract and his negotiating contract right now and possibly wants to be a free agent to box in Saudi. When did he say that? When did he say that? I need to know when he said that. Maybe you watched my video. Joey sounds like a schizophrenia being the only one that thinks the rankings don't matter. I'm not the only one. I'm done with donos. What do you mean? What are you mad? I didn't read the full thing. I'll read it for you, Snaglord. Now you make me feel bad. Joe, you pissing me off, but I love you, but I'm totally wrong, okay? I'm fighting for the rankings to matter in matchmaking. The reason I fight for that is because clearly UFC doesn't care. So then we're on the same page. I want the rankings to matter, bro. I want the rankings to matter. Let me repeat that. I want the rankings to matter. I wish the rankings matter. But me wanting and hoping and wishing doesn't make it into existence. It doesn't will it into existence. Leon fought 2 times in 2023, same as Pantoja, 1 more than O'Malley, same as Islam, same as Adesanya, same as Aspinall, Shevchenko, Grasso, but somehow he's inactive. What an exaggerated theory. Yeah, not me. I didn't say it. I just read it. Would you rather oil up Jamal Pogues or Thomas Jefferson? Neither. Right after you made your video, a couple days after. Probably watched it then, honestly. No, I had never seen a fucking soul saying that. And maybe I could have missed it, but that's funny. What video was that? What video was that, dude? That's funny as hell. And it's 2 fights left on his deal. So he fucked up. Joey, how big of a dono for you to be nice to Hap? Look, $100 dono will get Hap ranked in the top 10 of the live chat rankings. Joey's still stuck in 1993 with the rankings. What do weight classes not matter either? I mean, weight classes clearly matter, pussy. People need to see Leon Edwards' fight history for the last 8 years and see how active he's been. That's not necessarily the truth, though. There was factors outside of his control. Joey, how many more fights for 300 might get canceled by the time we get to 300? Probably 2 or 3. Just hopefully it's not a big fight. Hopefully it's not a big fight. Joe, if rankings don't matter, then should Josh Emmett get a title shot? That doesn't even make sense. That's a nonsensical statement. That's all I'm saying. I totally understand they don't hold weight, which is, I think, is BS. So we just been arguing in circles. You've been arguing against the ghost then. I want the rankings to matter. I hope Holm versus Harrison gets canceled. It's not, dude. It probably will. Harrison won't make weight. Never mind. It will. It will. People need to see. Okay, you read that. Anytime you pick a fight, aren't you ranking a fighter? I don't know what you mean. I guess so. You're picking who you think's better, but you're not giving a number. Joe, imagine this beautiful reality. Colby gets flatlined by Shavkat, tries to retire on a good note, and then fans boo him out of the arena and they spit on him. That's a little egregious. I don't want anyone to be spit on. That's disgusting. Sean Brady becoming the next Paulo Costa? I guess so. I guess so. Joey, Snaglord and I are paying your mortgage. Be nice. When was I mean? Darren Till advanced in the rankings after missing weight and getting a robbery win over Thompson. That is true. I mean, there's a million examples right now why the rankings don't matter. They're not worth a fuck. Darren Tillett. Okay, I read that. But boys, we did a 2-hour live chat tonight. A 2 fucking hour live chat, and for 45 minutes of it, I got to argue with Snaglord about something we agree on. About something we agree on. Pound for pound shouldn't matter. The USADA jackets are stupid too. Hand cleans for being a... Yeah, I agree. By your logic, Raquel Pennington deserved a title shot. She technically did. Poor Snag taking all this abuse. Yeah. I read his dono, though. So. Let's skip Bilal low-key since the rankings don't matter. It might happen. That might be the 300 announcement. I don't understand why you're convoluting multiple topics. The rankings not mattering has nothing to do with what I want. I want a meritocracy. I don't understand. You do not watch the channel? You don't watch the content? So you're just making fallacy arguments. If rankings matter, Shannon Ross would be top 15. Now, he'd be number 1 contender. He'd be number 1 contender. He'd be number 1 contender. I'm kidding around. How did Taporia sneak up 2 spots in 3 weeks without fighting anyone? He was sick. Dude, who knows? Who knows with the rankings? Ortega's still above Movsar. Makes absolutely no sense. Who's Ortega beat? Who's Ortega beat? Y'all can't thank me enough for getting extra half-hour content out of Joey. Joey would have been gone, probably. Guys, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Me and Snag are still cool. Snag immediately went into his YouTube account and canceled his membership. I can already see he canceled his membership. He's pissed. He's pissed, and even though we're arguing in circles, we agree with each other. Snaglord's 24D chest here. Does Stipe have more recent win than Ortega? I don't think so. Yeah, I think so. Actually. No, I think it's about this. No, I think it's August for Stipe, and I think it's October for Ortega. So I think Ortega has a more recent win. Ortega beat Korean Zombie after Stipe beat DC. Someone confirm that for me. Hap, I think Joey just acts mad, but isn't actually mad. It's not that I'm mad. It's just I like to be animated about nonsensical bullshit. I'm not actually mad ever. I've never been mad, I don't think, on this channel. Maybe on some live streams when there's fence grabs. Habib has a more recent win than Ortega. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Fucking wild. Appreciate you. Real one. Join Discord, bro. I just joined and it would be fun to chat with. Strong arm. Listen, boys. I need you to go check out my recent video calling out Dana White for being a massive hypocrite. I need you guys all to go check it out. It's a straight up banger. For some reason, I guess because it's kind of old news. It's not doing great, but it has good view time. I'm going to mess with the title a little bit. I have a couple other titles I might switch it up with and see if they work a little bit better. Yeah, Mike Bell scored at 10-8. What the fuck? Chelsea Chandler was ranked. That's how stupid the rankings are. What number is your Braxton Smith in your rankings? At least number 2. You want to have some semblance of meritocracy. There needs to be a reference system, and rankings can provide it. Sometimes they do, but sometimes squatters and financial considerations take over. Agreed. You're right. Ortega has a more recent win. I know. He fought in like October versus Stipe got a win in August of the same year, 2019. Both 2019. Is that correct? I believe it was October or November for Ortega, and it was definitely August for Stipe. I'm 90% sure it was August for Stipe. August of 2020. I'm an idiot. I think it was August of 2020 for Stipe. And maybe... Yeah, I don't know. October 2019 for... I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. But, boys, listen, I need you to go check out my recent video about Dana White exposing his massive hypocrisy. Go check it out. I just linked it in the chat. Like it and comment on it. Boost it in the algorithm. Last time I seen Joey mad was when he saw the scorecard for Grasso Valentina. Both 2020. Yes, you're correct. Take your shirt off. Thank you. Both 2020. Thank you. Appreciate you. Goodbye. Good night. Appreciate every single one of you. So Ortega has a more recent win then. Okay, then I was right. I was right. I said that. I'm dumb. Go check out that video. Please go check out that video. I just dropped it before the stream. Thank you for watching. If you watch this in its entirety later, you're rewatching it and you watch it all the way to the end, comment down below. The rankings don't matter. If somebody's watching this on replay later and makes it all the way to the end, comment the rankings don't matter. Goodbye. Good night. Appreciate every single one of you. Go watch the video I linked in chat. Goodbye.